And we start with breaking news tonight. There are four new COVID-19 deaths in Virginia, 2 on the peninsula. That brings the total now to 13 for the state. The first 2 deaths in North Carolina also just reported. North Carolina's Governor Roy Cooper says they are working on new restrictions for the state. Thank you for joining us. I'm Janet Roach.
And I'm David Allen. Governor Northam today said we are now seeing community spread and we are likely not at the peak of this. 13 News Now reporter Brian Farrell joins us tonight with an update on those numbers. Brian.
And David, the number of cases in Virginia jumped up by at least 100 since yesterday. The Virginia Department of Health says close to 400 people tested positive for COVID-19. About a quarter of those cases are in the Hampton Roads area. We know there are patients who have connections to schools and shipyards. Groups of firefighters in Portsmouth and Virginia Beach are being evaluated after possibly being exposed to it because of the work they do. 13 people, as Janet mentioned, in Virginia have died. The State Department of Health said earlier today there were 9 deaths, and then after that, the Peninsula Health District reported 2 other people had died. One woman was in her 60s, the other in her 80s. Both women recently were admitted to the hospital, which is where they died. The state epidemiologist announced a 3rd death today and an additional death at a healthcare center in Henrico County. In North Carolina, there are at least 504 cases. Governor Roy Cooper is urging people to follow recommendations set by the CDC.
That we must take this disease seriously. All of us, young and old, employers and employees. This virus can be deadly, and that's why our daily lives have had to change so dramatically.
One person in Cabarrus County died. That's northeast of Charlotte. The governor issued stay-at-home orders for 3 areas in the central part of North Carolina. Last week, Dare County closed its borders to try to keep the virus out, and today health officials there said someone tested positive and is now self-isolating. They believe the person contracted it through travel or through direct contact. Right now, only residents are allowed into Dare County. County leaders restricted travel for non-resident property owners as well as visitors. There is no date set for when those restrictions will be lifted. Now, there are a lot of moving parts in this pandemic. We've worked to break everything down for you at 13newsnow.com/coronavirus. Janet.